I'm impatient. I like to see. The scaffolding goes up, it comes down, it goes into the outer lobby, it comes down.
Look past the scaffolding and see the exotic splendor of the palace. Elegant statues, elaborate designs, outrageous colors.
And we recreated the original color scheme, and that's an American treasure. And few people would really do that. Most architects would be afraid of these absolutely stunning colors.
Romantic stars twinkle and clouds drift by overhead. The illusion needed repair. The right shade of blue. Flashing bulbs for the winking stars, and the audience is transported again to a castle courtyard. Another ceiling in the palace is one of a kind. Here it is before the restoration. Over 100 faces up above. Brilliant thinkers, musicians, and writers look down over the lobby. They are cleaned up, glazed, and painted over. The restoration makes a tremendous difference in the faces and every other inch of the palace. The palace marquee gets an overhaul too. You can see part of the rusty old sign underneath, but not for long. Scaffolding goes up, flashy paint goes on. Add the brand new letters, and the razzmatazz marquee sparkles again on 4th Street. From the outside in, from the seats to the stars, it's been a whirlwind restoration.
I could go my entire life, I think, and never see another project quite like this.
Oh my God, look at the colors.
John Siegel can hardly believe the transformation. He bought this building in 1978, stuck by it through financial troubles and labor disputes. Now, teamed up with Sunshine Promotions, Siegel watches the palace make her Technicolor comeback. This time around, the palace has a supporting player by her dramatic side. It's a restaurant right next door, Stage Door Johnny's. Siegel believes this restaurant is just what the palace needs to make it.
But it is the combination of the two, the synergy between the two, the Stage Door Johnny's facility and the palace, that I think makes this a unique and marvelous business opportunity.
But the fabulous palace is more than a business deal for Siegel.
But to also, as I said, be in a business where you have an opportunity to make people smile and make people forget their troubles just for an instant, makes it a labor of love.
A surprise for John Siegel. Workers install his likeness in the lobby ceiling. The only other modern face up here is the building's architect, John Everson. Everson's brilliant designs and colors from 1928 inspire this palace renaissance. But does the palace of tomorrow truly capture the original extraordinary atmosphere? Ask someone who was there.
I think it's just a marvelous what they're accomplishing here. Whoever's planning it certainly has a good head on their shoulders, because it certainly is looking like it did back in those days.
Years ago, 4th Street had a real energy. Now the palace brightens this block again, her neon letters almost in place. What's next?
I just think there are going to be a lot of spin-off restaurants, clubs, retail shops. That I think it's going to become a very vibrant 4th Avenue.
From the marquee on in, when you arrive, there's a sense of occasion and that this is a special place, and it's just for you.
Just for you. Your ticket is your invitation. The palace is your hostess, and she's got a brand new party dress. Ann Jewell, Kentuckiana's News Channel, WHAS 11.
If you thought the glamorous mood of the 20s at the State Theater on Hennepin Avenue was lost forever, you might want to take a new look. What had been earmarked for demolition at one time is now glistening in grandeur.
How are they labeled? House left and house right, or stage left and stage right?
Theater restoration specialist Ray Shepardson convinced the city this theater was worth saving. His infatuation with movie palaces began 20 years ago when he saved the Cleveland Theater from the wrecking ball. But perhaps his biggest accomplishment is the restoration of the 5,000-seat Fox Theater in Detroit, the largest remaining movie palace in the world.
It was definitely the high point, but I'm feeling pretty good today. You know, this is quite a place.
Shepardson even donated these 3 chandeliers to the city. Valued at $75,000 apiece, they hang in the mezzanine at the State Theater.
I was so pleased with the city. I mean, it's such a progressive city that saved the building, and I thought it was a really, they're perfect for in here.
Ray Shepardson used to produce variety shows in the 70s and 80s with big-name entertainers such as Frank Sinatra and Liza Minnelli. In fact, he produced 5 of Cleveland's 7 longest-running shows. But he proved a point. Theaters like this can really pack them in.
They work everywhere. There's hundreds of these places that have been restored across the United States, and they all work. You know, they all have varying degrees of success, but the community is always better off for having restored a theater.
Shepardson has just formed the American Variety Arts Foundation, which he hopes will bring the arts back into the mainstream with more frequency and affordability. No, the good old days aren't gone. They're making a strong comeback. Art Barron, Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
Well, some money is already being put back into Detroit. The theater district is a star example of what can happen when business people decide to take a chance. The best-known case, of course, may be the Fox Theater. But as Channel 7's Eric Smith reports, you will soon be seeing another theater that the developer expects will live up to its name.
It's one of the better-kept secrets in our town, but quietly, out of the spotlight for the past 4 or 5 years, a band of artisans and craftspeople have been, well, breathing new life back into some of the city's oldest theaters. Millions of dollars later now, the dreams are taking shape. The Gem Theater, for instance, will open before this year closes. The state is already going and under renovation. Ray Shepardson, who directed efforts at the Fox Theater renovation, is the director of this restoration effort. Call him, if you will, the doctor of the dream.
We need to fill in with the Adams, the Madison, and the United Artists, and you'll have about 18,000 theater seats and 8 magnificent theaters and the largest restored theater district anywhere in the world.
No other city in America has such a treasure of entertainment houses, though they may be dark, but Ray believes the old stages will ultimately be the major players in Detroit's comeback.
We found in Cleveland, when I founded that project, that people wouldn't come downtown until there was something to do. And you give them something to do, and they're here.
Forbidden Broadway and All Night Struck together at the Gem. It's the best of Forbidden Broadway. Mercilessly Funny Newsweek, one of New York's biggest hits, Time Magazine. Positively Wicked, Rex Reed. Plus, we've got Detroit's smash musical hit, The All Night Struck. Tickets at the Fox box office, Ticketmaster, or charge by phone. Call 963-9800 now. Forbidden Broadway and The All Night Struck together at the Gem.
Don't know if you can see this up close, but there's an article in the Detroit Free Press this morning written by Mari Jackson-Levin. Gee, I wish Bob Talbot could write as well as she does. But anyway, it's a picture of Ray Shepardson, and he's a guy who's rebuilt this Gem Theater. Are you hooked on handsome men and lovely women who sing and dance with incredible gifts, discipline, training, and excellence that only a few of us possess? Then, my friend, you've got to get down to the Gem Theater just across the street from the Fox, because now they have 2 Broadway musical reviews, the marvelous All Night Strut and the brilliant, hilarious, scintillating, spoofing, wonderful Forbidden Broadway, as it's called, the Gem. These 8 marvelous actors, these 2 shows, the All Night Strut, Forbidden Broadway, and this entity of beauty, this world-class bistro, the Gem, you will love. Good for show business, good for you, good for Detroit, because add it all up, it says good things can and will happen if good, talented people with good ideas pursue excellence, the bottom line. That jewel named the Gem is preciously good for a town that can use all the good news it can get, Detroit. A commentary, a plug for the Gem? I guess it's both. Go, you'll love it, and be proud that it's part of your town.
It's a miracle that Mike Ilitch bought this building and is insisting that it be restored to its original grandeur. But even a greater miracle is that he's moving his world headquarters into the 10-story office building that surrounds this beautiful edifice. We're doing a complete restoration of the Fox Theater, probably the most complete renovation being done in the United States. We're able to preserve almost 80% of the original finishes, so this place won't look like 1928 when it opens, it will be 1928. The project is going to take about 200,000 man-hours and involve 250 to 300 different craftsmen.
I was in Cleveland, Ohio last year around this time, and Ray Shepardson, who we're working with directly here,